Hello, welcome to Folk Devils TV with
Good morning.
Mark Whiteley and Dave Hodgson.
That's us. That's us.
40% of the band.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's a really quick calculation.
I did it in advance. Well, Mark,
Yeah. Okay, good.
who are Folk Devils?
Well, as a technical definition, a figure of fear or condemnation created by the media. In the original book, Stan Cohen's construct was the media owners are what he called moral entrepreneurs, and their businesses create fear so that people can be distracted from the other more important, say, economic issues.
And who are the group? Who are Folk Devils the group? Who are we? Who am I? What's going on?
Well, I think it's like a brotherhood that has evolved over decades. We came together around a set of ideas, musically and lyrically, a commentary, if you like. We deal with issues by telling stories. Sometimes they're just kind of poetic nightmares, some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
I think Nick described it as the fevered nightmares of a mental health patient or so.
That sounds like us.
How are you finding it in the band?
I mean, I joined a post-punk rock band at the age of 56, so I'm finding it very invigorating, actually.
Cool.
It's great. It's really good.
It just goes to show it's never too late to get involved in something that's going to feed the soul.
Exactly. Anything creative is very good for your mental health. I've lost my thread. I'm walking into a tree.
I know we sank a boat once, but we had a rowing boat down at Bournemouth Beach. There was a very drunk Ian Lowry. Yeah, you'd be laughing at that. Do you think Ian would feel about what we're doing?
I think he'd be very shocked that it's still going on, and I think he'd be delighted, actually. Although knowing him, he'd probably have an unkind word to say, perhaps, just to wind everybody up. But I know deep down he'd probably love it.
Somewhere, you know, at the great rock and roll gig in the sky.
Yeah.
He's probably at the bar with Jim Morrison as we speak. So
yeah, drinking Jim Morrison under the table.
We should have been as big as the Doors.
Yeah, that's what he only knew when he was younger, so he would have said, rock music's for young people. But I think we are proving that rock music can be for older people too.
Look at the Rolling Stones, AC/DC.
Exactly.
Metallica, I think they're a bit older than us.
Yeah.
Age range. Killing Joke. They're still,
yeah.
You know,
Well, there's loads of good musicians around.
Yeah, well,
of a certain age.
Wolfhounds.
Yeah.
You know, some of our what people
Inca
regard
Babies,
as
yeah.
our peers,
Yeah.
so to speak. It's almost like a post-punk resurgence. I'd never seen the term used so much in journalism as has been lately.
We've added to the canon by our recent new EP. I'm very proud of.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that. Having played on all the Folk Devils releases, it's as good, if not better, than anything we've ever done. I sincerely believe that.
I agree completely.
I try not to get too bogged down in the past, because there's a danger in that.
There is.
Resting
there
on
is.
your laurels.
Releasing the new material is going to kickstart the band and perhaps stop people talking so much about the past.
We haven't turned into a parody of ourselves. Two of us have been university lecturers. Yourself, a designer and filmmaker.
Yeah.
Nick, with his lifelong involvement in the music industry, and John with his,
John with his very successful business as well. It's great.
Clever businessman.
What a good mix.
He just pulled off the banana heist of the century.
Do you think we should talk about the lyrics?
For me, I've always been a person that the lyrics are incredibly important to me. But I'm also wary of getting into the territory of navel-gazing analysis of lyrics.
And songs should be interpreted by the listener rather than the person who wrote the lyrics, because if you explain too much, you lose the ambiguity, and sometimes the ambiguity's the best part.
I remember Chris Josias saying that quite clearly. He was quite against the idea of even having lyric sheets in releases, because he liked the idea that the listener can mishear something and actually write their own kind of contribution to the lyric that might even be better than ours. Then it belongs to everyone. It's unwise to take oneself too seriously. You can end up with the tortured artist syndrome, or end up like middle-class bedwetters.
No, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Oh God, changing the sheets all the time. Bloody hell.
How would you describe our sound, the Folk Devils sound?
It has a beautiful darkness. There's a texture to it.
Yeah, there's an edge to it, isn't there? There's a real edge, but it's also, I think it's possibly slightly more polished than it used to be. That's something that age has brought.
Everyone's playing is, 30 years better.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be a very angry young man when I sang 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And now I've realised there's room for subtlety, is to get across an emotion.
You've got that kind of baritone depth to your voice. Those kind of dark, underlaid lyrics, lines in My Slum Soul.
Yeah.
I really like that.
And that was just an aside, wasn't it? When we were recording it, just came out of nowhere, really.
That's the beauty of the recording situation.
That we are an incredibly creative band and very original. That's something that's always been there, but we haven't lost it. I think our music's just as relevant now as it ever has been. Out of suffering comes good art.
Good speaking to you, Dave.
Great speaking to you, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's go and eat those bananas.
Yeah, let's go. Let's eat some bananas and write some fucking really good songs.
It's a deal.
Cool.
Bye.
Do it.